Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be going over every single thing that you need to know about update version 11.40 in Fortnite Save the World. Today we're going to be going over every single thing that was added into the game files, some of the upcoming stuff, as well as some quality of life changes, some bugs, of course, because we know those come with every patch. And aside from that, yeah, today's video is just a huge update on everything that's going on in this patch. Now, I am making this video before the, home base status report comes out. It's been 2 hours since the, servers went down. I've been waiting on it. It still hasn't came out. If there's any kind of new developments, I'll make sure to put it in a pinned comment down below. But yeah, today's video should be covering just about everything that you need to know about the new patch. Before we do jump into it, I want to give a quick shout out to Wild Mananaz for using my code at gfuel.com. Guys, if you would like to support me, it is a fantastic way to do so. My code is code demonjoefr, the same as my supporter creator, and I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys do pick anything up, please do send me a tweet on Twitter. But let's go ahead and jump into the video, and let's go ahead and start things off with some of the kind of content side of things. If you did log on to the game today and you happen to own the Super Deluxe Limited or Ultimate Edition of the game, you were given a legendary Troll Stash Llama token. I don't exactly know why. I think this is maybe to make up with the fact that transforms were taken out of the game, and it's like compensation for some of the stuff that was taken out of those editions. But it's a, legendary Troll Stash Llama. Not many people are going to get use out of this. I'm just going to save mine to get tickets later on down the line in another event. Now, moving on from this, we actually have a horrifying new hero known as Jilly Teacup. She is the newest toy Outlander, and yes, she is absolutely horrifying. However, her commander perk is very, very good from the sounds of it. It says under warranty, it says Teddy has a 100% crit chance against new targets and has a 5% chance to malfunction. During malfunction, Teddy finds a new target after every shot and zaps a nearby enemy for 51 base energy damage, and zap targets will deal 51 base energy damage to the surrounding enemies. So it sounds like a pretty freaking good commander perk. I'm just gonna have to say this though, the locker can't come soon enough because she is absolutely horrendous. She sounds fun to play, but I do not want to look like that whenever I'm actually fighting zombies. Well, husks. Aside from that, this character actually seems to have something kind of unique about her, and this was actually found in the game files, and this Teddy model is actually attached to this specific Outlander, meaning that if you do throw a Teddy down with this Outlander, the Teddy should come out looking like this. And this is very similar to the likes of Blakebeard, for example, whenever you can place down his, turret and it turns out to be a cannon. So it looks like the Teddy will be different when using on this Outlander, but only time will tell. I definitely feel as though this is a great step for stuff like Save the World exclusive cosmetics. Hopefully we may be able to get Teddy skins later on down the line. Aside from that, we have some new Save the World quest icons. There's a golden seabot, a teddy bear, as well as the actual Jilly Teacup character. These right here are probably going to be unlockable later on, tonight whenever reset happens. And we will be streaming that over on twitch.tv, but reset should be happening, I believe it's like 7 p.m. Eastern time, so we should be seeing some of these new quests around that time. Another thing to go off of this is that Frostnite actually isn't over, and we have 3 new Frostnite challenges that are in the game files. We have the Final Frostnite challenge, the Top It Off challenge, and the Special Delivery challenge. So I'm not exactly sure what any of these do or what they mean, but we do know for a fact that we're getting these as some extra challenges, and they'll probably be, introducing some sort of new weapons, maybe new hero, or some returning content. Now, speaking of some new stuff, we actually have some really interesting stuff in the game files regarding some weapons and heroes, and right now we actually have the vacuum tube and the black metal bow that are both in the game files. They look very interesting. I really like the way that these weapons look. The vacuum tube weapons, of course, are known for stunning enemies, and the black metal weapons, of course, are known for dealing more damage the lower health you have. So in some way, shape, or form, that is how these weapons are going to function differently from the rest. And if you guys were curious, the Vendor Tech Seeker, which was the last video I covered, was in fact fixed, although the actual seeking of the arrows is still a little bit inconsistent. Outside of this, we actually have something that is known as a Mechstructor, and it has PH, which means a placeholder. A placeholder Mechstructor, it says she strucks the mechs. Yeah, so maybe sometime in the future we may be getting constructors that can summon mechs. not exactly how that's gonna, not exactly sure how that's gonna work in the Save the World ecosystem, but only time will tell. Outside of this, we actually had an entirely new weapon set that was leaked in the game files, known as the Flemming Weapon Set. We have a launcher, pistol, burst, fire, shotgun, sniper, another pistol tactical, I don't know. Looks to be a new weapon set, and yeah, I have no idea what this could possibly mean, but just like, whenever the bows were leaked a very long time ago, we don't exactly have the images for these or the set in stone stats, but we do have the names of them, so this is possibly the new set that's coming with the next season, which is only in like a few updates from now. Now, moving on, we actually have some quality of life changes. Whenever you actually log into the game and you look at where the previous item shop was, it's actually not called the item shop anymore. It is called the Llama Shop. And this is definitely, in my opinion, them making some headway for actually adding the Save the World item shop into the game come 11.50. Still pretty disappointed that we don't have the locker system yet, but at the very least, we can actually see them making some progress towards getting it in the game and hopefully reaching the deadline of getting it in the game before the season is over. Moving on from there, they actually finally added a feature that we've been waiting on for a very long time now, that they had talked about for a very long time, and that is being able to emote at the victory screen. So this is something that you can do at the end of missions now. Any emote that you want to do, you can now do it. It was sent to me by one of my subscribers, and I double checked just to make sure, and you can indeed pull up your emote wheel at the end of missions. Just a little something extra that you might be interested in, and maybe just do a dab before you leave. Outside of that, we have another quality of life change with the survivor alerts. If you guys go to Twine Peaks and you look at a mission that will give you a survivor, previously it would just show a survivor with white text that would imply it was a common one. However, it was actually a legendary one, and of course these are really good for leveling up and getting to level 131. However, now they've been changed to actually show that they are legendary and that you should probably be running those missions. So just another quality of life improvement. Now this one, I'm not exactly sure how much it really improves anything, but they did change the rarity of the hero recruitment vouchers to legendary instead of rare, I guess to kind of emphasize how important they are. Maybe we might be getting some new ones very soon. I have no idea. Now, moving on from this, we actually have 2 new hero backblings that were added to the game files. For those of you guys that don't know, during the last update, some inner workings behind the scenes, stuff that we can't access yet, was that every single hero's backbling was actually turned into its own unique file, meaning that you can swap hero backblings with other heroes that don't even own those backblings. And in the game files with this new update, we have 2 new hero backblings that were added. One of them looks like, one of Wildcats. I'm not exactly sure what the other one's for, but there is that. Now, aside from that, we're going to actually move on to some collection book stuff. In the collection book, we have a lot of new additions. It's looking like Epic Games is trying to add every single hero and every single weapon in the game to the collection book in some way or another. We have a new campaign soldiers tab in the collection book. We also have campaign outlanders and ninjas and constructors. We have the new Fortnite promotional tab, where you can have your, Jonesy and Ramirez that you can put there. The compression bow and the Vindertech Seeker have made their way to the collection book, and unfortunately the tar pit traps and the sound walls are still not researchable despite being some of the best traps in the game. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, in my opinion. If they added this other stuff, to be available in the collection book, not exactly sure why this, these very important traps aren't exactly researchable. Now, moving on from that, we actually have some bugs, and it seems to be 2 main bugs that came in this patch, and one of which is kind of funny. Here it is right here. Shiny Kyle. And there also seems to be a few other heroes that are in the game that are just, for some reason, really shiny and oily and very sexual looking, like they came home from a late night party. Not sure why this is the case. I saw that Beetlejuice has the same effect, but Mega Base Kyle was the first one that I saw, and if you move him around or dance with him in game, he looks pretty funky. Now, moving on from that, we have a little bit of a more serious bug. From the looks of it, it doesn't really affect Xbox or PS4 because you can't exactly change these settings, but if you are on PC and you decide to actually change your graphic settings, you're going to be met with something that looks a little bit like this, and this is really odd. Everything is blue and glossy and just strange. It might have something to do with the Mega Base Kyle and some of the other characters that are looking weird, but if you reduce your graphical settings, you are going to be met with this, and I gotta say, it looks pretty bad. So if any of you guys do have some lower end PCs, you might have to deal with this for the next week or two, and that's pretty ridiculous in my opinion. Outside of that, I'm not exactly sure that there is anything else that can exactly be said about this patch. In the current state, and probably at the time that you're watching this video, there hasn't really been anything directly added to the game that we can use yet. We're gonna have to wait until reset tonight to really access the quest lines and the new content and stuff. But you know, mainly in this update, it looks like we just got some quality of life stuff, some collection book additions, a possible Mechstructor in the future, you know, some Outlander stuff and some quest line. I don't know, man. We got a pretty decent amount of stuff, but it's just not really accessible at the moment. Is this exactly worth all the time that we waited for it? Probably not, but I'm very curious what 11.50 is going to be looking like, and what, of course, the new season's going to be looking like. Judging by everything we got in this update, we kind of know everything that we're going to be getting from this week onward to the next week, and then to 11.50. So we'll just have to wait and see, but guys, that's pretty much it for me, and that's pretty much everything you need to know about this current patch. Hopefully we get some news about the locker very soon. Hopefully we get some news about some more meta changes, because there are supposed to be 2 big meta changes that are going to be coming in the future, like 2 separate updates to go along with, like, you know, the Husk AI and the Smashers and Propanes and stuff. Outside of that, really hoping for stuff like a dev Q&A, or, you know, ask me anything, or a roadmap very soon, because currently, you know, with the way that Save the World is, we have exactly no idea what the future holds for us. So yeah, just kind of waiting standby to see what the devs say now that they're back from Christmas break, and I guess only time will tell. But guys, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you did like it, dislike if it did not, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.